Okay. Are you here,
Hi,
Georgina?
everyone.
Hello.
Yes, I am. Hi, all. Lovely to meet you. We are having a few technical difficulties, so if anything drops out, please let us know, but we should hopefully be okay from here. So lovely to meet everyone. My name is Georgina Woods, and I'm a senior consultant in EY's technology transformation team. And I have the pleasure today to introduce you to EY and some of the opportunities that we offer our students. So without further ado, Caitlin will move on to the next slide. So just before I begin, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners and custodians of the lands of which EY offices are located on around Australia and New Zealand. We acknowledge their unique and continuing connections and contributions, and we pay our respect to their cultures and to their elders, past, present, and emerging. And we extend this recognition and respect to all of our Indigenous nations around the world. So with that, I'd like to introduce EY and who we are. So I'm sure many of you have heard of EY before, and some of the things that we're best known for, which might be accounting, consulting, tax. And we do those things, but we also do so much more. So I think it's fair to say that we're living in some pretty uncertain times at the moment, but what hasn't changed is the human ability to offer insight and empathy and use technology to make an impact. And that is something that EY continually strives to do on a day-to-day basis. So our people work with more than 200,000 clients in roughly 150 countries around the world, with some of the world's most iconic brands and exciting entrepreneurs. As a global professional services firm, our firm has offerings that are growing every day, and we serve a diverse set of needs for our clients, from startup entrepreneurs all the way through to multinational organizations. We provide services such as data and analytics, climate change and sustainability services. We have a law and a health consulting practice, so where there are many and varied services at EY. And as an organisation, we're roughly 300 people strong, organised across 3 key geographical areas, being Americas, EMEA, and Asia Pacific. We have roughly 700 offices across those different regions. And so within the Asia Pacific region, we sit within Oceania, and that includes Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, and Papua New Guinea. And with that, we have approximately 9,000 employees. So what does that mean for you? It means that working at EY gives you a chance to develop world-class cross-cultural skills and gain knowledge by working with different people from different countries across different industries. And you'll be part of an organisation that's able to think in a connected way and transcends geographical boundaries and industry sectors. So at EY, we're really trying to redefine the traditional career experience and look at developing leaders within the organisation. And at EY, you'll have a chance to experience our high-performing teams and help develop into a global professional that delivers an exceptional client services to every client every time. And at EY, it's our ambition to not just deliver short-term value, but long-term value for our clients and our people and society more broadly. And that brings us to our purpose. So Caitlin, if we jump on to the next slide. At EY, we are a purpose-driven organisation, and this starts with a set of shared values and a common purpose across the organisation, and that is to build a better working world. And at EY, we have the intent to build a purpose that goes beyond profit and is about making a lasting impact or legacy of positive change. So in practice, this means a number of different things. We do things like help organisations set up JobKeeper so they can keep people employed, work with hospitals so that they can improve their efficiency to make wait lists shorter, support investors with predicting returns on investing in sustainable fuels, and looking at how technology can change the way we live and work, and the experience that we have with our businesses and people around us. And a little bit later on today, I think you'll have a chance to meet some of my colleagues, and they'll hopefully share a few of their experiences into how they're helping to build a better working world. So we'll jump on to the next slide, where I'm hoping there'll be a video which gives you a sense of what the exceptional EY experience is. Awesome. So you guys would have seen at the end there, we have an employee value proposition, which is really important and central to what we do at EY, and that's the exceptional EY experience. It's yours to build. So this is all about EY providing infinite opportunities. There truly are endless opportunities for people who are involved in the organisation, from development, growth, learning, leadership, but it's about you driving what you want in your career and how you want to grow and change as an individual more broadly. So that's a really important part of what we do at EY and how we centre our work and our experiences as an organisation. Just to introduce you to some of our service lines, we have 5 service lines across EY, some of them more traditional than others, and we organise our services that we offer clients across these 5 main areas. So we've got tax, consulting, strategy and transactions, assurance, and core business services. And if we jump onto the next slide, within each of these service lines are a set of sub-services that we provide to our clients. They're continuously growing and changing as we kind of develop our client offerings, but at a high level, this is what we offer. And some of our services sit across multiple areas of EY. So financial services, as an example, and people advisory services, they kind of move across multiple service lines within the organisation. Just to give you a flavour of one of the areas of EY, so I sit in the consulting area under technology consulting, and I work in our tech transformation team. And most of my work over the last 2 to 3 years has focused mainly around mergers and acquisitions, so helping our financial services clients explore selling and buying other organisations out there to grow and scale their own business. And as a result of that, I work both with people in our consulting division, but I also work quite often with people in our strategy and transactions division. So even though we sit in these service lines, we're certainly not seconded to them. We have an opportunity to work with many other areas across the EY organisation. So in terms of what opportunities there are for you, there are 4 key programs which EY offers to its students or to students to get involved with the organisation. So the first is the Game Changers Club, and that would be offered to someone who's graduating in 2024, 2025 at the moment. And this is a business club which helps students develop commercial awareness and provides them with an introduction to professional services. So you join the club through over the course of roughly a year, and we host a number of networking events as well as learning initiatives, which you'll be invited along to participate in. And you'll get to know other people in your cohort or potential cohort when you start at the organisation. And membership to that is limited, so you have to apply similar to other roles. Then we have our Career Compass program. So this is a 1 to 2 day program, depending on your location, which gives you a bit more of an in-depth insight into EY, our service lines, career opportunities, and soft skills that you'll build in the program and at EY itself. So most people apply for that in their first year. Then we have what we call our Vacationer program, and this gives you a real-life glimpse into working at EY. So over the course of 4 to 8 weeks, you'll join the organisation and be provided with the opportunity to work on real client engagements, engage in learning and development opportunities, and there's a chance to secure a permanent role before you graduate. So we do offer roles off the back of that to graduates who will be returning the following year once they've finished up their degree. And then we have the graduate program ourselves. So something that you'd complete after you've finished either your undergraduate or postgraduate degree. And there are a number of different sub-graduate programs within EY, just depending on which area you join. So from a consulting perspective, as an example, we have an FSO grad program that runs for 18 months. You get a chance to rotate through, I think, 3 different areas within the consulting division and understand what they do and what they offer to their clients as services before you then pick somewhere that you'd like to stay long term. So in terms of getting involved and applying in these programs, the Australian Graduate and Vacationer Program applications are now open and they close on the 25th of March. So highly recommend that you get started on those if you're interested in participating. The Game Changers Club applications are again now open and they close on the 8th of April. And then for New Zealand graduates and interns, applications are currently open and close on the 1st of April. If we jump to the next slide, Caitlin, now that you've learned a little bit more about who we are and what you can do, it's a time to consider what's the best fit for you. So at EY on our careers site, we do have an area where you can look at what your degree matches with in terms of our service lines and offerings. You can kind of understand where you might best sit, but I would recommend that you take that as a starting point and then think about more broadly what's aligned to your interest areas long term. And don't limit yourself based on what that says. I did a science degree, majored in neuroscience, had very limited background in technology or business when I started at EY, but I had the opportunity to learn as I went. And I've loved what I've done since then. So I'm glad that I didn't limit myself or what I tried based on that. So in terms of applications, you will put your application in, submit it with a CV, a copy of your university transcript and photo ID. Once we've received that and your application's been assessed, there'll be an email to invite you to participate in an online module or assessment. Off the back of that, depending on the outcomes and results from that, we'll invite you to participate in a one-day event where you'll do both an interview and a group exercise. And then off the back of that, depending on the outcomes, you'll receive an offer to participate in one of our programs. Very quickly, Caitlin, if we go to the next slide, running out of time, just in terms of eligibility, highlighting that you will need to be an Australian citizen, New Zealand citizen, or permanent resident to be eligible for our student programs. We certainly welcome international students to apply. However, you do have to meet a few eligibility criteria that can be found on our website, eycareers.com.au. So just have a look at that before you submit your application to understand what's right for you. And then finally, as I wrap up, there are a number of different ways that you can stay connected and understand what's going on at EY in terms of careers and what's open. So feel free to jump onto any of these sites. We've got a website, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. And please don't hesitate to reach out to someone that works at EY to understand what it is that they do and what areas of interest they might have that align to what you want to look into. And with that, I will say thank you all so much for having me and for listening to me for 15 minutes. It's been a pleasure to meet you all, and I hope to see many faces at EY. I'll try and answer some of the questions in the chat after this.